Hey folks, welcome back. Just a last minute setup item here and then we're off. We are definitely off. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper did pick a peck of pickled peppers, then where are the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Alright, sound check complete. Guys, we're rocking and rolling. I got a good solid stream tonight. Wow, we are almost real time. It's like a half a second off. Never had a stream this good, so welcome. Guys, we're getting into it tonight. Bone system. Hidden stat. I'm going to explain all of that as we go. So before I get into it, if you wouldn't mind, please take a moment to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Guys, I really do always appreciate that. Thank you so much for joining. Guys, let's party. See you later, alligator. Hey, Marigold, welcome. Good to see you tonight. Alright, good to know. So I'm going to be away from chat window just for a bit here. Hey, Dee Dee, welcome. Good to see ya. Yep, just made it. Right, I don't know, about... I don't even think I've been on for a minute, maybe two at most. Hey, Wanda, welcome. Good to see ya. Guys, I'm so excited. Gerudo is where it's at. And we're doing so much more than just going to Gerudo. We're going into Gerudo Town, of course, to get the bone suit, but wowzers, we got to go to the Great Fairy Fountain. We're going to get goodies, carrots, just, yeah. Definitely going to get the tower. Hey, Keely, what's up? After a while, Crocodile. Loving it. Alright folks, I will definitely be away from chat window from here on out, so thanks again for joining. Let's get into this. Alright, so yeah, I left off at Kakariko. Why? Because we wanted to get more stam, and guys, we're doing good. We almost got 2 wheels. Now speaking of stam and going to Gerudo, guys, the whole reason we're doing this is so that the non-DLC users can have that bone attack up system with us. Why? Because that's where the damage output is in this game. It's probably the best weapon system. Second only to the ancient stuff, and that's really kind of a different ball of wax because they break super fast unless you're killing a guardian. And even then they still kind of break pretty fast. So anyway, you might be wondering, where in the heck am I going? Well, bone system, attacks. We need this stam so we can carry out some of these attacks. Because guys, as soon as we get this bone system, we're going to go to the Great Fairy Fountain, we're going to upgrade said bone system. We're going to get set bonus, bone attack up. We're going to use these beautiful Dragon Bone Moblin clubs. And we're going to go out and we're just going to kill all sorts of insanely difficult enemies insanely quickly. This weapon system pushes so much damage. Like, I know we just got off the Great Plateau and I know I only have 3 heart containers. Yeah, I get a lot of comments and questions about this, which I love, by the way. But, yeah, I mean, that's where it's at. So we're going to be killing Hinox without even having to push more than one button. We're going to be killing Lionel. Those are a little bit tougher. You know, there's more buttons involved and sometimes death and button fumbling. But for the most part, they're easy kills. Guys, Mugdulas, we're going to kill those too. Pretty much anything and everything you can think of that's big, ugly, scary, and makes your hands sweat when you're trying to kill it, we're going to go kill that. Why? Because Retribution is always awesome. Alright guys, so welcome to Sunken Scoop Shrine. I probably should have showed you on the map kind of where I wound up there. I just kind of flew north of Kakariko Village, kind of north-northwest there, and right there in the Wait a minute, what am I doing here? Oh, wow, I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing in the shrine here. Wow, I'm thinking about Gerudo. I'm thinking about killing Lionels. And here I am just fooling around. Alright, so let's get back to the shrine tutorial, shall we? So yeah, one of the reasons I wanted to kind of branch off just for a quick moment, go to the shrine, is, guys, because again, we're getting to the stam. The stam is a big part of, you know, the weapon system, so gotta have that stamina. Now we're going to be hitting a few shrines on the way out to Gerudo, of course. But this shrine is going to make 4 of the shrines we've already discovered and just haven't cleared yet. I keep talking about these 3 combat shrines that we have not yet been to. So guys, since we just got in the rainforest, since we just now got our hearty meals cooked up, and since we just now got all of our attack power meals out the yin-yang, I'm going to eat one of those attack power meals, and I'm going to go take care of all 3 of those combat shrines real quick. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, bada bing, bada bang. And, I'm losing it. I'm losing it. And yeah, so those 3 shrines, that'll again help bump that hidden stat. You guys might be wondering what hidden stat am I talking about. Guys, there is a hidden stat. I don't know what to call it because it's hidden. But I call it KO credit, or kill credit, or just some kind of stat that's measuring our kills. Everything that we kill in Hyrule has some kind of a value. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, and the more KO credit you get. So basically, long story short, the more you're out killing, the more your game is going to progress with this hidden stat. Now, why is that important? Guys, if you've already been following along, you already know. But I'm just going to go ahead and let folks know who are just now joining. Welcome, by the way. So yeah, guys, that KO stat, that hidden stat, that drives everything. There's a weapons leveling system in the game, 100% directly attached to that weapons leveling system. So most of the leveling weapons, whether that be handheld by a monster, just sitting around loose throughout Hyrule, or, you know, in certain leveling chests, a lot of those are, some of those, not a lot, most of them are actually not fixed, but some of those are going to be fixed. In other words, you might find a Traveler's Bow in an obscure chest somewhere, and it's always going to be a Traveler's Bow the whole game. But most of the chests, most of the weapons, whether loosely laying around Hyrule or being wielded by a monster, most of those are going to be on a leveling system. Again, directly attached to that KO credit. So that's important because we want the good weapons right away. So, you know, nobody wants to get halfway through the game, 2 Divine Beasts done, and you're still only getting Soldier's weapons drops. Nobody wants that. So that's why I take a moment, guys, and I go out and just do a whole bunch of killing. Bobkins count, Moblins count, Lizzles count, all the little stuff counts too. So just kill everything. Bats. Whatever you can get your hands on, get it dead. Now, of course, I'm not going to do all that fun stuff in a bag of chips just yet, because again, I'm more worried about getting up to Gerudo, but we want the stam, guys. We need the stam. Stam the man. So yeah, guys, other things that are attached to that hidden KO stat, blood moons. If you're not out killing anything, blood moons are never going to come. I tested this theory because I kept going to the Dueling Peak stable, and I kept talking to that dude to see if a blood moon was coming, kept passing time to the next night. I sat there for weeks. Blood moon never came. Went out, killed a whole bunch of stuff, blood moon. Just like that. So yeah, absolutely, blood moons are attached to that KO credit hidden stat. The weapons leveling system, so all those leveling weapons, if it started out as a traveler, sooner or later it's going to turn to soldiers. If it, you know, that KO stat keeps bumping up, that's going to eventually keep progressing and turn to knights. If you keep progressing that KO stat, that's going to continue and eventually give you royal. And guys, all of these start getting weapon bonuses too if you keep plugging away on that KO stat. So I, just out of habit now, I don't even do anything in the game. All I do is go out on big hunts. Hunt, 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 kill, kill, kill. I start getting these royal weapon drops with weapon bonuses. Bows with bonuses, just everything. It's absolutely insane. Not only that, the savage stuff. Yeah, the savage stuff counts too. Okay, guys, I'm going to stop talking about that for just a moment. I am here in the shrine. Metal doors open the way. We hit this one a long time ago by the stable here. Now notice I'm wielding a garbage weapon with only 20. You might be thinking, why is he doing that? Okay, for one, there's a hidden multiplier there. Speaking of hidden stats. Against a Guardian, that's actually 30. So think of it more like the attack damage is 30. You eat the attack power meal up on top of that, it turns it into about 40. So right now in my game, I've got royal weapons and royal weapon equivalents. So this isn't the best weapon anymore. A long time ago, before we got these, that would have been the best weapon. But now it's not the best weapon anymore. So I'm just going to use it, because I have it. But, yeah, I'll show you the difference between killing this guy and then the next guy with one of these higher grade weapons. Because with the attack power meal, that's pushing closer to 50, 55, somewhere in that range. Versus this one's 40. La 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 la. 3 hits, he is dead. And that wasn't even with the best weapon. Now this other one over here, he's really just low-hanging fruit. I didn't think that was going to work. But just in case you were having a problem with that other one, use shock arrows. That'll kind of stun him out of his attack patterns. And you'll be able to go in there and wail on him. Actually, I could have just shot him with a shock arrow straight off the top. And he would have been sitting there going... And then I could have just went in there, swung my sword 3 times. He would have been a dead man. Okay, guys, so here's a great example of a leveling chest. This chest right now is only a traveler's bow, but I know this one's a leveling chest. So yeah, when I start getting that KO credit going up, that hidden stat, that'll start, progressing through the weapon ranks. And coming with bonuses, too, along the way. So, before it turns into Royal, it'll be Knights with some kind of weapon bonus. Could be attack up, could be quick shot, something along those lines. But yeah, definitely fun stuff here, guys. This is what really gets me excited about Breath of the Wild, because I know the leveling system so well, I know how to manipulate it, so that right off the Great Plateau I can work on this right away. But the bone system is critical. I can't imagine trying to go out there swinging away at a Lionel with, a soldier's broadsword. Actually, I can, because I've tried that, and I died a lot, and I gave up on that. So anyway, guys, don't forget your gold rupee, because the bone suit, it's pretty expensive. I think 2,400 rupees just for the suit, and then we got to pay the Great Fairy Fountain, we got to pay the Piper about another 500 rupees to get her opened up so we can get set bonus. You need 2 Great Fairy Fountains in order to get set bonus. So yeah, we got a lot to do today, guys, but it's going to be all fun stuff. If there's time at the end, I'm going to go out on a little bit of a hunt here, because we just had a blood moon. Now would be a great time to do that. Now, speaking of blood moons, another thing that hidden KO credit thing is attached to directly, the enemies will start leveling too. And guys, you might not be thinking, or you might be thinking, I don't want, my enemies leveling. Yeah, you do. Reason being is they give you much better weapon drops, they give you much better and all drops. In fact, when you hit silver enemies, they drop gemstones. They can drop star fragments. Once we get silver Lionels, star fragments come pretty regularly, from what I remember. So yeah, it's just absolutely insane, guys. This is really the way to go. And I literally just got off the Great Plateau and went to the rainforest. That's how I got, us all prepared for this stage in the game. So yeah, guys, there's a method to the madness. And I am very excited to share that with you all today. Okay, so while this attack meal is still working, I'm going to go to this other combat shrine. This is a minor test of strength. Easy peasy, guys. Easy peasy. Attack power meal, guardian weapon. Easy peasy. And I got this guardian weapon from the Kakariko village shrine. So just in case you're wondering how to get a good easy one that you don't have to worry about dying over. Granted, if you've got the royal weapons, just use those. But if you don't, that would be a good, easy way to get your hands on a decent weapon. Minor test of strength. For you new folks, you might want to drop a hard save here, just in case anything goes horribly, horribly wrong. But the very first thing I like to do is kind of charge in, be a little aggressive, and whip my shield out. Because a lot of times they start shooting spitballs at you. Like so. Then I'll just kind of spin around him until he attacks. Wail away. When he does that, to snap him out of his attack mode, just go ahead and smack him with a shock arrow. Go in and finish the job. So folks, I genuinely hope that helps you all out. Hope you have a little bit of success there with your first Guardian kill. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like, share, subscribe, and comment, that is always appreciated. And as always, until the next time, best of luck and happy hunting. Alright, but we are not done with the stream by any means. It is Gerudo o'clock. After one more shrine. Another reason I'm doing this, guys, is the Ancient Core. The one by the Great Plateau that I left. That I said we'd come back to when we had better weapons, better armor. Why did I open that chest? I knew better, and I did it anyway. But yeah, that chest and that shrine, after we do the next minor test of strength, that's going to have another Ancient Core. That makes 3. Then we can actually rocket out to Hontno and get the Sheikah Slate upgraded. Guys, that's a huge benefit. Huge benefit. So, we can do that now before we go to Gerudo, or we can do that right after Gerudo. Either way, it really doesn't matter. One way or another, we got to get our horse right out to, you know, Hontno. But yeah, before we go into hunt mode, we're definitely going to want to get that Sheikah Slate upgraded. Main reason, stasis. Stasis can freeze the bigger enemies, especially early game. So we can go out and find like a red Lionel, stasis him. He's stuck there for a while. Like, you know, even if you don't like combat in this game, there is a way to kill these Lionels where you really don't have to fight them. You stasis them, you swing away, let that damage build up, and they're dead. Like, it's pretty freaking amazing. So I'm going to show you different approaches to these bigger kills, you know, above and beyond what I did in my first playthrough. That way for you folks out there who just really don't like the combat, you know, there is a way around that with just about everything. Okay, so I got 4 more shrines done. And if you're following along with my playthrough, so do you. Go ahead and cash that in, guys, and that's 2 full wheels already. We are rocking and a-rolling with the stam. 2 full wheels is still kind of light, though, when we're trying to do these attacks, you know, and kill these enemies, especially bullet time in the air with the bow and arrow, especially the charge attack spinning that dragon moblin club around. Wait, what did I do wrong? I might have, accidentally worked away before doing the shrine. Wow. I'm having a good old time just talking away, and then that happens. Anyway. Yeah, so 4 spirit orbs is coming after we do the shrine. That's what I meant to say. So yeah, guys, again, the 2 stamina wheels, it's still a little light, especially for the charge attacks, the bullet time in the air with the bow and arrow. The more the merrier. I'm going to get 3 at some point, and then it's really going to open up the combat. But for now, you know, we're in pretty good shape going out with 2. We'll be able to do what we need to get done for the lower grade enemies, like the red Lionels, the red Hinox, you know, maybe even a blue Hinox. That won't really be a problem. And you'll see that into practice here as soon as I get myself my weapon system. So I'll show you the difference now in damage. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That was a knee-jerk reaction. But see the damage difference? That's why I say that Guardian weapon just isn't the best anymore. Once you get Royal weapons, that's the way to go in here. Unless we get a better Guardian weapon. Some of them are better. Like the mid-level is 30, and then the higher level I think is like 40. Those are worth, you know, holding on to for Guardians. Because again, you get that hidden multiplier, damage multiplier against Guardian enemies. Alright guys, so there it is. Ancient Core, booyah. Go ahead and get on out of here. Alright, there it is. 4 spirit orbs. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and... Now, for real, we're going to go back to Kakariko and upgrade. Or we can just wait until we get to Gerudo. But honestly, I like having the extra stam heading out to Gerudo, because there's a lot of to-dos there. So I'm kind of feeling like we should probably have the stam. I'll tell you what, to shorten the stream, I'm not going to go over to Kakariko, but y'all can if you so desire. What I am going to do is warp to Outskirts Stable. So basically when we get to Gerudo, there's going to be a goddess statue there. I can go ahead and upgrade the stam when I get there. Hunt mode won't really get kicked into effect until I get the bone suit bought and upgraded. And we're out the door, free and clean, free and clear. Yeah, and then we're going to go crazy. And look at it, I still got 4 minutes left on this meal. I kind of feel like I should go kill something just out of principle. Alright, so if you have any more raw gourmet meat, don't forget trot. And then I am really just here for my horse. Good old thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Now, since I had a blood moon cycle, I could actually go back around and get all the weapon systems, guys. This is where it starts getting a little bit crowded with inventory. Because there's another royal bow sitting over there, which is beautiful. So yeah, I could probably just dump that. That's garbage. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and deviate just for a quick moment. I probably should have done this like right after I left the rainforest, as a matter of fact. But the Hinox down here that we have not yet killed, he's holding on to a royal weapon we can steal right off his chest, which is awesome. We don't even have to do any work. And I think I started catching on to something. During my dry run, I swore I stole this royal bow off this Hinox. But I didn't kill it. I just, you know, I did a snatch and grab. Wow, I got completely turned around there for a second. See, I didn't kill it. I just did a snatch and grab. Anyway, I came back here later on to kill him, and I saw another royal bow on his chest. So I don't know. You know, maybe I was going crazy there. Maybe a blood moon had come and gone that I wasn't paying attention to. Maybe that's why the bow reappeared. I don't know. But after I killed him, no, actually, it wasn't around his neck. He dropped it when I killed him. So I don't know. Maybe that's a thing. Maybe we can steal it and then kill him and get another one. I don't know. But not knowing, you know, I don't want to speak ahead of that too much. I just know there's something funny there that I want to experiment with a little bit. Alright, there it is. Royal bow. Royal broadsword. Booyah. Okay, so I'm just going to leave him be. We'll come back and kill him and see if he doesn't drop another royal bow at some point. But again, that's going to be after attack mode. For right now, I think I'm going to grab that other Dragonbone Moblin Club because it's accessible. It's easy to get. And this will give us 3, so that when we get into attack mode, we'll be well, you know, ahead of the game as far as Dragonbone Moblin Clubs go. The bad thing about them is, yes, they push the damage, especially with the bone system, but they break kind of fast. So unfortunately, you just kind of have to, you know, keep some inventory back for those Dragonbone Moblin Clubs. What am I giving up? I don't want to give up anything, but something's got to go. Thanks, bruh. Alright, guys, let's get back to our horse, and we're going to go to Gerudo. It is time. The time has arrived. It's clobbering time. Almost. We need to get there first. I guess I shouldn't get too far ahead of myself. Alright, where is my horsey? Oh, and speaking of the need for rupees, you can also feed the dog here and get rupees. I'll do that later on when we go to Gold Rush Mountain, but yeah, there's definitely more rupees there if you need them. Again, guys, 2,400 just for the super suit. And then, you know, 500 for the ferry, so that's almost 3,000 already. Not only that, we can buy more ice arrows there, which we're going to want, absolutely. We're going to need rupees for that. I've got 2,600, so I've almost got enough for the super suit, but by the time I sell a lot of these gemstones, we'll be good. And we're going to get a ton of gemstones on the way, guys. There are tons of nodes in this canyon we're about to plow through. Not only that, there's going to be a gold rupee we're going to get from selling a quick horse. It's just going to be really awesome. So, you know, you can kill the moblins here if you'd like. They don't really have anything for me. They don't drop the guts, which we need the guts. We need 9 moblin guts, and don't worry, I got you covered. We're going to get more luminous stones on the way, so in case you don't have 48 luminous stones yet, we're gonna take care of that on the way. And then we're going to need 9 moblin guts, which again we're going to take care of on the way. There's plenty of moblins right around the Gerudo Tower that we can kill. In addition, we need 9 bobkin guts, which I've already got. So really all I'm missing is the moblin guts and the remainder of the luminous stones. I don't know if they start stocking dragonbone bows yet. I don't think they do until they level. Okay, so I don't have the leveling system up high enough yet. At some point, one of these bobkins will turn into a black bobkin, and he starts wielding a dragonbone boko bow. And guys, again, that stacks with the bone system. It's a beautiful bow. Like, wowzers. And I'm going to take the time and loot this area properly again because we need the resources. We want the selling power in the gemstones. We want the rupees. So it's definitely worth our time, just a few minutes here on the way out to Gerudo to be thorough. I'm not going to be super thorough, but we're going to be thorough-ish. You know, thorough enough to where we have gemstones, rupees, selling power, and getting this bone system will not be a problem. Because I really hate to go all the way out to Gerudo and then find out I'm like 2 gemstones shy, or 100 rupees shy, or just whatever. Not only that, there's other stuff that you might want to buy in Gerudo. I already mentioned the ice arrows. Guys, ice arrows, that's the bread and butter of my attacks for, like, especially smaller bad boy nests. Put them on ice, damage bonuses. It controls the battlefield. It's a beautiful thing. In addition to that, we're going to be in Gerudo, which is the desert. We don't have any warm weather protection right now. Which, if you're a DLC user, I could have actually gotten the Island Lobster shirt, so that's kind of a fail on me. That was right by the... I actually meant to do that. I spaced on it. The Lake Hylia Tower, if you fly just south of that, you'll see this body of water. And way over here, there's a little, like, rock that overhangs over the water. That's where that chest would be. So, you know, you would have to put an ice block down or something, stand there. Then you can use magnesis, pull that chest up out of the water, and you'll get your Island Lobster shirt. It's low level, but it's a level of hot weather protection. The only thing is that really only helps you in the desert during the day. At night, you need the opposite. You're going to need cold weather protection during the night. So Gerudo's a little bit tricky. Alright. I'm also trying to get out of the habit of flipping around the way I do, because, guys, I know it's dizzying, so I'm sorry for that. It's the way I played the game, just because it was fast, you know, to turn around and see what was behind you, because I was freaking out all the time. I was like, what was that? And it was taking too long to spin the camera around, so I figured out if you just spin Link around, take out the shield, you know, you can see behind you real fast. But anyway, yeah, just kind of rewatching a couple segments in my gameplay, I'm like, wow, that is really dizzying. Like, it was starting to make me feel a little queasy. So I apologize if I've been, you know, messing with people's motion sickness there. It's not intentional, it's just muscle memory. But anyway, there's a way to speed that up. And I already have it set to fast, but I'm going to try very fast. And maybe, you know, that'll help break my habit of feeling like I need to flip around so quickly if I can already look around quickly. I'm not sure what all else I'm going to get here. If there's really even anything else worthwhile. I think there's another couple of nodes up here. And really, I'm more focused on the rupees. Because again, there's a lot to buy out there. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Squeak! Squeakers squeaking. Sit. Stay. Okay, I already got the Korok seed down there. You just have to pick up the ball and chain, put it in the well. Pretty straightforward Korok. I briefly came through here just for the seed and for a Gerudo scimitar that was up on top of this little cliff wall. But I could have sworn there were other goodies up in here. Oh, guys, another great thing about going to the Great Fairy Fountain, we're going to upgrade the set bonus for a Link Super Suit that we have on right now. Nighttime speed up. You're going to be so spoiled running around at night with that speed boost. You're always going to want it to be nighttime. It is so awesome. Okay, more Swift Violets. What's over here? Nothing. Nah, not really. I can't even remember if there's anything on top of this structure. I might climb it just to see, but my first instinct tells me probably not. I just can't help myself. I'm going for it. And I definitely see some more nodes over there. The amber and the opal. Selling them all. No raw gourmet meat, Bad Wolf. Yeah, those Swift Violets, those are tough. They're not super abundant, they're really spread out. So even if you can only find one or two, go get the one or two. It's terrible when you're trying to do super suit upgrades later on in the game and you need like 20 of those. They take forever to farm. Granted, there's a couple of waterfalls that you can hit, you know, for decent numbers, and I'll show you guys all those in time. But yeah, we definitely need to keep a keen eye out for stuff like that. Ooh, what do we got here? Ember! Oh, speaking of the goods, of course we don't have the map yet. Just to try to show you a better frame of reference from where we are. So yeah, we rode out of the stable and we just took a sharp right at a pathway and we've just been kind of going this way ever since. But I'll try to do a better job of giving you guys map shots as I go. Not really seeing much else here. There is a little cave we can punch into. And I think there's a topaz in there, and that's almost a gold rupee in and of itself if you really want to sell it for rupees. And we might need to, because I just really haven't been anywhere yet in the game to get a whole bunch of different types of gemstones. I didn't get the wolf? Still no raw meat. Okay. I've already been here, done that. There's some ice arrows on top of this bad boy nest, so if you are in need of ice arrows, I do recommend taking a moment to go up there and at least get those. You can do a snatch and grab. You don't have to kill the monsters to get the chest. So that's kind of a nice deal there. Alright guys, fingers crossed. I want to see if my rock loot is here. See, nothing. And I don't know, guys, kind of like that thing I was talking about in Subnautica, where I think maybe there's sometimes carryover from save files. So I just ran all this. I just did all this in a dry run. I picked up all these rocks. I got all sorts of awesome stuff, like I always do. And then, you know, fast forward a couple of days to this save file, which I carried over from the Switch 1. And it's like all of a sudden there's nothing under any of the rocks. So it's kind of like the game still thinks that stuff has been gotten, even though I'm playing a different save file. I don't know. You know, I'm not a data miner. I don't know how to read code. But that's not the first time I've noticed this in Breath of the Wild. I noticed this, you know, during all my plays long ago. I would be bouncing around between save files, and then I would notice there was just a big long streak where I wasn't getting rock loot. Specifically rock loot. So I don't know. You know, maybe I'm just going crazy, but there could be something to that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get into that chest, and to do that we'll need magnesis. You can also use stasis and build up power on one of these boulders, but That gets kind of hard on the weapons, so I try to avoid doing that whenever possible. Topaz! Yeah, nice little looting spot here. All in all, good stuff to be had. One more thing. Make a mental note of this bad boy nest coming up. There's another Dragon Bone Moblin Club in there. Now, we're going to wait until we come back better armored and better weaponed and all that fun stuff. Bone system, aka. But yeah, definitely worth remembering that for a good, quick... Did I not stamp that chest? I must not have. Alright, I deleted it. Yeah, disregard. Yeah, we got that a long time ago. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. And conveniently located right by that bad boy nest is a shrine, so it's a real nice warp point. That's why I say just keep it in mind. So if you need a quick Dragon Bone Moblin Club, you can warp, get in, get out. You can smack the one holding it with like a shock arrow. He'll drop it. You can pick it up and just warp away. You don't even have to kill them, which is nice. So there should be some fun stuff here. Should be. Swoosh! Still no raw meat. Okay, here we go. I was going the wrong way. Yeah, there should be like a chest here, some just random lootables. Where's this chest? Maybe I already... No, I didn't already get it. Okay. Wow. My memory was a little bit off on that one. Could have sworn it was right next to the shrine. Okay, there's a Gerudo spear. I probably don't need it. But it's a decent weapon. It's probably better than that. Especially for, like, durability. But it's also higher attack power. More random goodies. Absolutely. And in case you need the Bobkin Gut, sometimes the blues will drop them. It's a little bit more rare with the blues. I really don't want to use any of these, but whatever. What happened there? It's like he was invulnerable there for a second. So one thing I like about the faster speed on this is when I'm doing bullet time, I feel like I'm wasting less time in the air. I can spin around to my next target much quicker. So yeah, it's going to take some getting used to, because honestly it's kind of making me a little dizzy. I mean, it's really spinning around fast. But I'm going to give this an honest effort, and if you guys are not enjoying this, watching, you know, this new spinning speed, let me know. Because believe me, I have motion sickness, so I get it. You're definitely not going to hurt my feelings if it's giving you whiplash. Okay, there's some more to-dos here. There's a Karak seed up above, and it's a bit of a climb. But we need it. Real soon, after I go on this killing spree, we're going to go out to Hestu again. Go to the Karak Forest. We are going to up our inventory, because it's going to, you know, be a little bit crowded with all the bone weapons. So the inventory will make all the difference. But yeah, that's gonna take some seeds. I think the last weapon slot that I bought, I think that was already like 12. Like, ouch. Thought I had one wheel left somewhere. Oh, there are a couple of them. And if you want a Talus, there's one out here. It's gemstones. It's selling power. We don't have the bone system yet, but if this isn't a Luminous Talus, I think we'll be okay. If it is a Luminous Talus, either way, I still keep wanting, you know, I'm going to continue checking the Luminous Taluses against the... Uh-oh, okay. Whew. Against that. I had my inventory incorrectly sorted there. It was really throwing me off. Okay, so let's see what kind of Talus he is. Luminous. I cannot really use the sledgehammer here. In fact, a spear is going to be our best weapon of choice. I think that's Luminous. It's tough to see the thing. You know what? Actually, I'm going to get away from this guy. See, it's deceiving because they all say Stone Talus. So it's like, okay, is it a Stone Talus or is it a Luminous Talus? And the only way I've been able to tell so far, really, is by looking at that gemstone node. We cooked him for a reason, so I'm going to go ahead and use a quickie meal here. Spears always work the best for these guys that have the node, like, on their butt ends. Uh-oh, uh-oh, yikes! They can hurt if they squish you, so... yeah, I needed to get out of the way quickly. So yeah, I'm definitely picking up Luminous Stones, which means that was definitely a Luminous Talus. Okay, so... unfortunately, I couldn't play with the sledgehammer on that one, at least not safely. That's pretty much it for this little spot. I'm going to go ahead and ski-daddle. Get back on our horse. And guys, there's a lot of stuff here, like in the canyon. Rocks, pick up all the rocks. There's nodes, there's flowers, you know, hanging off the sidewalls. It's a lot of fun. Getting there is literally half the fun when you're going to Gerudo. In both games. TOTK didn't disappoint either. I loved going out to Gerudo and TOTK via the same route. It's different. It's water and stuff. You know, it's very different. But so much fun. Always love going to Gerudo. Not only that, you know when you get there, it's going to be awesome. And it's kind of like going to the beach. Getting there is half the fun, partially because you know you're going to the beach. Okay, where are the rocks? Here we go. And the yellow rune will help you to see the rocks. This chest is empty. Opposite of full. I believe there's another Karak seed here, so I'm going to climb this little cliff thing. Oh! Doggone it, I meant to show you guys another way to get rupees. You can bring a horse in here that you catch, where we killed the bobkins. I totally meant to do that, and I just spaced. Hopefully these horses are still out here roaming around. But it's a gold rupee, so it's worth it. You just don't want to sell your 5-star speedster horse, otherwise you'll be over there back in the land of the giant trees getting yourself another one. Yours truly found that out the first time he sold a horse. I thought I was selling one that I had caged. Or maybe in my mind at the time I thought it would sell the garbagiest most one. The trashiest most one, whatever. Nope. It sold my 5-star speedster horse. Did I pick these rocks up already? I already picked these rocks up, didn't I? Man, I don't see... Okay, there's a horse right there. Nope, that's a dog. Man, yeah, I blew it. Okay, so anyway, the 2 bobkins that I killed that were riding horses, you need one of those 2 horses. And so I can't do it in my game, sadly, so I can't actually show you how it works. But what you can do is, you know, just do the good old tame. I usually shoot them with a shock arrow so I can mount them. I get them tamed. And then I just ride the trash horse right this way, and then I sell the horse to an NPC here. I really wish I could show you. Oh, I can't believe I spaced on that. And here I thought I was with it today. Alright, so anyway, I'm not actually going to do it, of course, because I don't want to sell my 5-star speedster. Me and Thunda, we're getting along just fine, so we're keeping her. But yeah, talk to this NPC right here. He'll say, you know, he really needs a horse. He wishes he had one, and whatever horse you have here, he's going to take. So make sure it's a garbage horse, whatever you do. But yeah, he gives you 300 freaking rupees. So, like, it's definitely worth it. Real shame I can't get my 300 rupees. I'm kind of kicking myself right now. There's no way I'm reloading a save at this point. No way, Jose. Okay, so I think there's a Karak seat up here. Actually, I think that's like a ways up there. There might be a puzzle block configuration up there somewhere. On top of that thing. That's a bit out of the way. I'm not going to deal... Well, yeah, I should. The mental arguments. Do I do it? Do I not do it? A lot of climbing. Now I wish I had gotten that extra stam before coming out here. That's what I get for being lazy. Send anyone? I always have trouble with this one. It's got like a real tight fit. You gotta be real precise with that sucker. Alright, good to go. I want to say there's some goodies over here, but I can't remember what that would be. Looks like just the flower. Alright, so now we can get a move on. I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for rocks. The rock loot tends to be pretty good here. A lot of purple rupees will pop up. Or a 5, you know, I'll take whatever I can get. Better than 0. I like the horse to stay close. I have a bad habit of getting too far away from it, and then I can't whistle it anymore. It's terrible. Definitely a big difference between playing with DLC and without DLC is the horse. You got to pay more attention to where your horse is without the DLC. Uh-huh. Nothing. Okay. Okay, you can actually get the horse through here, but I'll probably proceed on foot because there's a lot of getting up and down off the horse. I really don't even need it anymore. I don't know why I keep whistling it. But yeah, you would have to pick up the metal rock. There's only one. And you can kind of push all these other boulders out of the way, then you can get your horse through. So here's one of the areas of interest. That is going to be a Korok seed. Actually, 2 Korok seeds, I believe, is on this one. Oh, look at that, guys. Silver freaking rupee under a rock. See? BotW never disappoints. Hot dog. What I wouldn't give for a rocket shield right about now. We don't have Rivali's Gale yet. I can't remember in my first playthrough. I probably did Rito before Gerudo. Just for the Great Eagle Bow. I thought there was 2 up here. Aha, here we go. This one goes away quick. That is not like the Lake Helia seed. Silver rupee, I am loving that. That made up for all the rocks that had nothing. Lots of darners and butterflies on the way too. Just all in all, it's a real fun route. And if I were to be climbing these walls a little bit more, I'd find more nodes. But guys, we're going to come back to that. Once we get the tower, we'll be kind of working from the top down instead of from the bottom up. It'll be a lot easier to find things like that, do the looting, and just kind of go around and get all the goodies. So yeah, for now I'll just kind of stay low, I suppose. Speaking of gemstones, this is an awesome chest. Oh yeah, I'll show you a quick map shot of where we wound up. We're quite a ways from the Great Plateau now. More or less just heading west, kind of following the boundary here. That's more or less the canyon. That kind of tapers off at some point and it starts heading more down toward Gerudo. But hopefully that'll help you guys out a little bit with navigation until we get the map. And there's the shrine, which means we're real close to the stable, which means we have arrived. You have arrived. Okay, here's a beetle, so if you need arrows, if you need insects, feel free. I just kind of want to see where I'm at before I go to Gerudo with my weapon situation. Or my, my rupee situation. Yep, every single amber, every single opal is gone. 720, okay. So now, at least now I know I got my super suit and the Great Fairy Fountain. I've almost got the Luminous stones. I'm not going to sell those by any means, but if I really need to, I can dip in further to my gemstones and get some more selling power. Because honestly, there's a lot of stuff to buy out there, which I keep talking about. Oh, also to get to Gerudo, guys, I keep forgetting to talk about it, is the girls' clothing. That's another 600 bones. So before we can even get into Gerudo, we're going to need 600 rupees just for that. So what are we up to now? We got 2,400 needed for the bone suit. We got 600 needed for the girls' clothing to get into Gerudo. So now we're up to 3,000. And then 500 for the Great Fairy Fountain. So you need 3,500 rupees just to get the bone system taken care of. And then if you want the warm protection clothing, that's kind of expensive. A couple of thousand. If you want the ice arrows, those are not cheap. I think it's like 400 per bundle. So yeah, several thousand rupees is what we're looking at in Gerudo. Quite a hefty price tag coming up. Ah, topaz. Nice! That dropped out of a regular node. Might as well tech refresh. We got one sitting here, take full advantage. And that comes back after every blood moon. So if you need a quick go-to sledgehammer, this is usually my go-to shrine for a sledge. Alright guys, just to show you on the map where we wound up there. Go ahead and dip on in. The more spirit orbs, the better. This one's a little bit of a puzzle. There's a hidden weapons chest in here somewhere, I think, if it's the shrine I'm thinking of. Oh, nobody wants that. What am I doing? This is not a long-distance bow situation. I love it that I can use a knight's equivalent bow as a burner bow now. That's how I know I'm moving up in the game. Very nice to have. At some point, I'll be using royal bows as burner bows. Then you know you're really having a good time in the game. I believe this is our key. Hold up. I'm not sure I knew that you could stasis these. That kind of takes me back to several shrines now and makes me wish I had played with that a little bit. On the Move comes to mind. Alright, still no treasure chest. It might be in this room. There it is. I think it's like a Gerudo weapon of some sort. I'm not sure what kind. Yep. We don't need it. Alright guys, with that we are up and out of here. I definitely hope that helps you guys out. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like, share, subscribe, and comment, I would really appreciate that. And as always, until the next time, best of luck and happy hunting. Alright guys, we're making pretty good progress here. I wish I was more on the ball with that horse. That really... that angers me. I'm kicking my own butt mentally this whole time. So I'm going to go back to chat, just kind of catch up, and then we'll get back into stuff here. Yeah, Jim Lewis, hey. Thanks for mentioning that. I don't know what's wrong. Everything says 4K on my end. OBS says 4K. So there's some kind of disconnect between YouTube and OBS. But I'm doing everything as far as I know that I can to you know, push that 4K signal. Not sure why it's only saying 1080p, 60, whatever. Even the videos that have been posted a while now that I've had time to process, they're still saying the same thing. So I don't know. I'm going to keep working on that, though, because, you know, the whole point of doing all this was I wanted 4K for the viewers. So, yeah, it's really kind of irritating that it's not putting 4K over the YouTube. So I just got to do some more research and try to learn how to make sure OBS is telling YouTube to push the 4K signal through. Yeah, more to come on that. But thanks for mentioning that. I'm reading all the chat about the shrines. Keely, I love almost all shrines. I need therapy. It's funny, when I step away from the game for a long enough time, I enjoy the shrines again. But if I'm just playing back-to-back playthroughs, I'm like, oh, I don't want to do the shrines. So it's kind of like a love-hate relationship. I mean, you kind of need them, you know, for the stam and stuff. But yeah, it hits a point I get burnt out. Yeah, Jim Lewis, thank you for asking. So there is an icon that pops up when you've gotten all the chests. This was something I wasn't really talking too much about in my first playthrough, but that one right there, on the move, means I got all the chests. There's no more left in there. So, you know, I just kind of mentally remember which ones I have, you know, especially like the Great Plateau. I like to leave stuff in shrines in the Great Plateau to come back and get later. But yeah, that's one way to tell right there. You can just kind of open the thing. That's the boomerang. No, wait. That's the traveler's bow that I left behind. That's the wooden boomerang that I refused to pick up. But notice there's no little shrine icon at the end of the name of the shrine there. Whereas, for example, this one does have the little treasure chest icon next to the name of the shrine. So thank you for asking. That's something else I keep forgetting to talk about. Brian Austin, I'm doing a shrine in TOTK right now. Some of them are obnoxious. Sadly, yes. Hello, by the way. To Jim Lewis and Brian. I don't believe I've said hi to you guys yet tonight. Marigold, not sure if I said hello. If I missed you, I apologize. I think I said, like, hi to you first thing. I think right when the stream fired up, I said hello. But just in case I didn't, hello. All right, got you, Brian Austin. If I didn't miss you, we'll see you later. Thanks for stopping in. Zento, hey, what's up? Good to see you again. Hey, Brad, welcome. You haven't missed too much yet. Just going out to Gerudo, just doing the normal thing, you know, getting all the loot. Haven't really done much. I'm about to go hit the tower. We have to have the map. Gerudo's too confusing without the map, so definitely going to sidestep. I hear you, Keely. It's tough to leave loot behind in this game. It's like you have to have everything. Yeah, it just is. And so are we. I have not blown myself up yet with bombs. Not yet. It's coming. Can't tell you when, but it's coming. No, Brad, I didn't go with the ancient saddle. I'm trying to be more sensitive to the folks who don't have the DLC, so I'm just going to go without it this time. That's going to be fun during certain Lionel hunts, but we'll make it work. Keely says, I shouldn't be worried that I'm making you dizzy because you're used to it. Sorry. Buffy 1 South, I'm back! Hey, what's up? Good to see ya. Yeah, Keely, no raw gourmet meat. It's killing me. Nice icon, by the way. That's not far off. I did not punish the croc for his insolence. Ah, I'm slipping. Okay, got you, Draven. Hey, welcome, by the way. If you do a campfire, buy the Master's Sword. Okay. Not sure if I'm tracking. I don't know, Keely. I haven't decided on gender for the horse yet. I think he's a dude because I keep calling him. So I think we're going to have to switch it up a little and go male on the horse this time. It is kind of a shade of purple. I can't see it anymore, but yeah, it's purple-ish. It's gray purple. Purple-gray, if that's a color. Very true, Dee Dee. If I had another horse, I definitely would have gone to get it, but I've only got the one tamed right now. Funny, in my dry run, I didn't get the 5-star Speedster first, but I went ahead and registered anyway for the purposes of selling, and I did. And it was amazing. I named the horse Sell Me. Did I call the horse her? Okay, maybe it is a her. Oh no, you lost a horse to lightning? Ouch. Wow. I've killed horses. I don't remember lightning ever getting one. That sucks. Alright guys, I'm all caught up here. I'm going to go ahead and dive right back in. Yeah, sell me. Good stuff. I was trying to name it Get Rid of Me ASAP. It didn't fit. Alright, we'll be back in a bit. Peace out, Home Scout. So while I'm here, I am going to do the stable. I'm not going to do everything here at the stable, but there's just a couple of quick things. Like mushrooms. Rushrooms specifically. And I haven't been doing a great job getting rushrooms in my game, so I already know I don't have 55. But if you do have 55, you can get a diamond for your troubles. Just keep in mind you're going to need rushrooms for other stuff. Super suit upgrades primarily. So if you don't mind farming them, then absolutely, you know, cough them up, get your diamond. That's the side quest we're going to come back and do later. Oh, I am going to feed this dog. This dog is important. He's going to give us a chest with ice arrows, and we all know how I feel about ice arrows. So yeah, we're definitely going to take a minute here. Wonder what the donkey's running from. Ah, come on, dog! What are you doing? Normally, if you dump a bunch of them out, they're like good. Alright. Ten of them, too, so yeah, definitely worthwhile. And then, yeah, there's more mushrooms around here. Again, I already know I don't have anywhere near what I need. Now, normally I'd have about 50 to 55 by now. But that's taken my time to go get them all. I just have not been doing that on this playthrough. Shame on me. And then you would talk to a quest giver here who's looking for the mushrooms. This is another quest giver. That'll come later, guys, when we come back through here more properly and do all that type of stuff. I think for right now I just kind of want to break away from this area. We're going to go get the tower. So we have the map, and then we're going to start heading out toward Gerudo Town. But first... I thought there was like a something out here. Oh, that's a traveling vendor, by the way. If you need some darners, feel free. Okay, I guess I'm wrong about there being a hidey hole here. I thought on my dry run I found a rock with a rupee under it. Maybe that's randomized and I'm just not having that kind of luck here. Alright folks, so Gerudo Tower. You can barely see it from the stable, and I'll go ahead and pin that so you have a good idea where we're going. And kind of help you, because once you get up near these cliff walls, you can't see it anymore, and then you can start getting lost in here. So I would highly recommend taking a moment to pin that, so you have a good idea on which way you need to go. Not only that, we're going to hit more Luminous stones. There it is, baby! Rock Gourmet! Alright. And you can see all this fun stuff lighting up, you know, feel free. Go explore, break some crates, get you some arrows, gemstones, more mushrooms, rushrooms. Could have sworn I saw a sparkly there. Now my eyes are playing tricks on me. Really? So that's a quick way to do it if you don't want to take the time to do the climbing. These wolves must not be very well fed. Only one raw gourmet meat drop so far. Not awesome. During my dry run, I was getting them left and right. I had 3 before I even got my horse registered. I was like, wow, the rupees are flowing. It was awesome. Alright guys, so that's the easiest way I think it is to climb up to this point. Now, we're going to get into Luminous Stone territory, so I'm going to slow down a little, make sure I'm not passing stuff up. You've absolutely got to prioritize getting the Luminous Stones. There's no point in going to Gerudo unless you've got them. I don't know, maybe I'm tripping, but I feel like I'm lost right now. There should be... Ah, here we go. Okay, I was on the wrong ledge. So yeah, you're looking for this archway. And then this whole ledge out here has got fun stuff. And guys, again, we need the guts. So you're going to have to get into a little bit of combat here to make that happen. These guys will just be a little bit of a fringe benefit. You'll be able to get some free gemstones by just tossing them. Everything has selling power. Okay, and I saw another moblin right down below. So yeah, I knew I wasn't going crazy. I knew there was more to this. Ouch. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh! Uh-oh! Well, that's super unfortunate. I gotta climb all the way back up there. I honestly don't care how much stamina this is getting to cost. I'm just gonna do it the quickest way possible. That was ridiculous. I don't get mad. I get glad. Glad because I'm gonna go get retribution. Uh-oh. It's getting hairy. I was trying to get him electrocuted. That did not work out. So what I love about the one-handed weapons is you get to use your shield. Okay, guys, there's our first guts. So yeah, we really need to go out of our way here and make sure we get all these moblins. Now, there should be enough guts. There should be plenty to go around. You should have actually more than 10 if you find all the moblins. But they don't always drop the guts. So, that's something to keep in mind. Get them while the getting is good, in other words. There's the raw gourmet. Moving up in the world. He's a little bit fatter than his brethrens were. Oh yeah, plenty of these guys. This is awesome. This is a lot of fun, you know, getting electrocuted from every which way possible. But I really don't care about the choo-choos. I need my Luminous stones right by this archway. There we go. And that should get me over now what I need. So I'll take a quick moment here since we're on the subject of Luminous stones, just in case you guys do not have the minimum number of 48 that we need. I'll show you a couple of real quick map spots where you can go get them pretty quickly. You can warp back to this shrine, and they don't take super long to spawn back in, by the way. So by the time you get back over here, they should be back, at least a couple. Go ahead and smack them, get them. The rainforest, they might take a little bit longer to respawn because it's, you know, we were literally just there. But if you're still having trouble finding Luminous stones, the Luminous Taluses, they always, you know, offer good drops. There's one right off the Great Plateau here, just slightly to the north. Just a little bit west of the ruins that are here. You'll see a little, like, island between the big island and the mainland. There's a stone talus sitting there. That's a Luminous. And, of course, the one we just killed on the way up to Gerudo, there's another Luminous. I don't think there's any more moblins down there. No. Right here, though. And, guys, this is a black. He hurts a lot. Here I am playing TOTK trying to tip arrows like a big giant genius. Ouch! Yeah, that really hurts. You know what? I should be doing this the right way instead of all this funny business. So I don't know why I'm trying to tip arrows. I already know better. Probably a good time to eat an attack power meal if I'm being honest, because there's a lot of moblins here. I probably should have done that right out the gate. Nice long-lasting attack power meal. Yeah, you definitely want to get this guy on ice and get him killed as quickly as possible. That's not a bad weapon with the bone system, but it does break pretty quick. Alright, moving up further. There should be more moblins coming up. Right there. You know what, we're going to come back around because there's some over there, like on that ledge. There's some over there, but there's also some down below, and I like this spot. This one is fun. Not even saying that sarcastically. I like to get the riffraff out of the way, because that makes that fight really unfun. Go ahead and bump up that attack power. Go ahead and break those ice arrows back out. This is why we bring them, guys. So you can keep control of your battlefield. Oh wow, those two are almost goners, which means he's the one that I need to be concerned about. Nice. Hey, come back. And I'm sure you already saw that awesome looking shield. Knight's shield. Definitely an upgrade. Not even sure what's in this chest anymore, because I honestly don't even care about the loot. It was all about the moblins. Topaz! Alright, lots of looting to do down there, but nothing super urgent. We're going to come back to that. Right now, it's all about the moblin guts and the tower. It'll be a lot easier when we actually have a map. Okay, now I mentioned this ledge. We should be able to get a sneak... Actually, no, we can't. There's choo-choos. The choo-choos give us away. So that's not okay. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. I don't know, maybe I can get the sneak strike. I noticed those chews weren't aggroing on me. Well, I'll be darned. I stand corrected. Alright, where am I at? 7. 2 more guts, and then I'm good to go. And I'll have all the guts I need for all the different tiers. All the luminous stones. Yeah, I'm in real good shape. Now it's just about the rupees. And we're not done with the moblins, by the way. There's plenty more still here that we haven't seen yet. Kind of between here and the stable, up higher up. There's a little bit of a sidestep that we can do there. Just in case you're a little bit shy. Alright guys, so welcome... Ouch. Alright, that's a safer way to do that. Weren't we just talking about me blowing myself up with bombs? I promised you it was going to happen. I couldn't predict when it was going to happen. And now we know. And knowing is half the battle. Ironically, we just got bomb arrows out of that chest. Alright, so there should be another chest kind of like right by the shoreline here that we can scoop up. That might be it, as a matter of fact. And wow, I really made this complicated before. I should change the title of that video instead of, you know, Gerudo Tower made easy. Gerudo Tower made more complicated than it needed to be. Thankfully, my daughter taught me how to do this easier. Via, you know, getting into the mud with the ice blocks instead of having to worry about breaking all the things over like dominoes. And then building a bridge over there, like, yeah, that was super complicated. So anyway, what we can do here is just make ice blocks. So much easier. Uh-oh. I was saying. I forgot the whole wind starts picking up, so we got to get these closer. So yeah, you need to be able to kind of jump to it without opening the glider. That's the trick. Then you should have an easier time getting up here. And I'm going to use that as a little cheat, so I can, you know, recharge stam without having to eat it. Remember Weird Al Yankovic? Just eat it, eat it. I don't remember what food he was talking about, but that was a great time. Alright, we'll be up at our tower here in just a moment. I'm going to catch back up on a little bit of chat. Just like that. It's all good, Dee Dee. All watching little chat is just fine. I'm glad I could keep you company today. And I hope you're ready for your thing coming up. I've been thinking about you. Definitely hope that goes well for you. Glad to know you're jotting down the bingo phrases, Dee Dee. I've never successfully tried... Or I have tried. I've never actually successfully gotten the chest to land back on top of the dog. It always like barks and runs off. I'm like, oh! I've been trying. Because again, just like the Crocs, we need to teach them a lesson for their insolence. Right, Kathy. Yep, the raw gourmet meat. The drops for those are definitely better in the snow regions. I don't know what it is about the snow biomes. But they really drop the meat. I think they're called like ice wolves or something. I don't really remember, but it's a different type of wolf. But yeah, that's definitely where you want to go farming for the raw gourmet meat. Hey, Muffin! Saludos! I think I said that right. Hello. Thanks, Jim Lewis. Yep, it was a good fight. Yeah, good point, Jim Lewis. I keep forgetting about that. You can cook. You can get rupees that way, too. Good call. Like, this especially, you can roast these up, which I got a grip of now, because, you know, I haven't been getting the raw gourmet meat. But yeah, you can roast those up and sell them off. Nice little extra source of income for stuff that's otherwise garbage. Na 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 na. I'm gonna start a fight. That song is constantly playing in the background of my head when I'm getting ready to pick a fight with moblins, especially moblins. But yeah, Lizzles too, because they can get away from you. Glad to know I make it look easy. Thank you for saying. Ragdoll flop, good way to put that. Yeah, I really got myself with bombs on that one. That bomb said... It, like, came right at me. Thanks to the wind. That was a great time. Yeah, Dee Dee, so that's exactly what I said when my daughter told me that you can make ice blocks in the muck. I was like, you can make ice blocks in the muck? And I was like, wait, of course you can. I knew that. Yeah, I didn't. But definitely a good thing to know. And I wish I had known that on the first playthrough. Yep, just dying in the mud. It's a 1 heart penalty, so it's not the end of the world, but it's, you know, it's still annoying. Dire wolves, I like it. That brings me back to Got. Haven't seen Got in a while. I might put that back on here soon. I don't know, I could do without all the blood and gore and sex scenes, but it is a good show otherwise. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of the way. We'll get back into some gameplay. Toodles! Am I taking temperature damage for no reason? How long has that been going on for? Jeepers. Where's my warm doublet? Alright, where am I at? What am I doing? Just to show you on the map kind of like everything we did. So that was the route we ran. There was our stable. We just kind of followed the road, let the horse do the work. Wound up here. Got all the goodies there were to get, for the most part. I'm going to kind of go back through and get other stuff, but yeah, here we are. This was the way I made my approach, by the way. There's the stable. I just kind of walked up the soft grade here until I couldn't anymore. And then I used these cliff walls as kind of like a stair-stepping system, and I finished the climb up right about here somewhere. And then we got all of our moblins. It was a lot of fun. I blew myself up with bombs right about here. In case anyone's interested. Right about there is where the bomb explosion happened, right in my face. It felt amazing. As far as Luminous stones go, I don't really think there's anything else going on here. There's another Dragonbone Moblin Club here, but I don't really have the inventory for it right now, so I'm going to wait until I start breaking weapons. But yeah, I'm going to bring you guys to a couple of other places that I found for those. As I start chewing up this stuff, we'll start making room for this stuff. Alright, so for now I just kind of want to get back down here toward this little water area. There's a lot of fun looting to do here. Not to mention a couple more bad boy nests. Another Talus over here somewhere. Maybe out here somewhere, I can't really remember. We'll figure it out. I'm going to start this little adventure kind of on this side. Right here where this tree is, as a matter of fact. Sometimes there's lizards and stuff either on the tree or around the tree. And I don't believe I need my warm doublet anymore. I can get back to high stealth. Okay, no lizards, no... Wow, no nothing. That was a waste of time. Man, he is not holding a dragon bone? Yeah, pass. We're going to have lots of bows coming, guys, so I'm really not going to be too shy here using bow and arrow. I could have just dropped bombs and done it the old-fashioned way, but bow and arrow is a little bit more fun. I'm going to walk, don't run here, just in case I see hardy lizards. Normally I do see them around here. Speaking of the devils. Oh, and by the way, there are fairies here. So, yeah, this is just a good place to make mental note of fairies. I think there's a couple out here just free floating. And then there's one or two under some rocks. So, they're not going to spawn in unless you have 2 or less fairies in your inventory. But yeah, they're definitely here. I want to make sure I'm not missing any rocks. Oh yeah, ice arrows, guys. Make sure you're at the ready, because these electric lizzles and all this water, it's going to be a problem. Water and electric lizzles do not mix. Speaking of bows, I just talked about this. Plenty of bows around here. And that is the monster equivalent of a royal bow. So I will definitely be breaking that bad boy out soon. Matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and finish off this bow since I've already got it in use. Okay, that was that rock I just picked up. Ooh, croc seed. What is aggroing on me? I hear something. One hit with a two-handed swinging weapon should do it. All other weapons, I think you need to hit it at least twice. But don't overdo it, because the boulder can really get shot out of the way. Like, really far out of the way. I have found that out through personal experience. A lot of fun chasing a boulder around this plateau. Okay, a whole bunch of nutting. But, go ahead and get your rocks. Nice. Sometimes this chest will break that husk. So you might be able to save yourself a little bit of time there. Just go for the chest first. I love it when a plan comes together. Ice arrows, baby. Keep them coming. We need our ice arrows. Makes combat and life in general so much easier here in Breath of the Wild. Excuse me. In case you're wondering, that was pizza and it's still delicious. I made a vegan pizza. I made a vegan pizza tonight. They came out so good. I'm using that Miyoko's cheese. It's liquid when you put it on, but when it bakes, it hardens and turns into mozzarella. It's amazing. It's made from, like, cashews or something. I don't know, but it's delicious, and I cooked up some spinach and topped it with spinach. One of the best vegan pizzas I've ever had. Of course, I use whole grain crust. Gotta love that. Alright, just trying to get all my loot and be thorough up here. It was Rushroom, speaking of being thorough. Oh, there's another electric lizzle, and I don't believe he's holding a bow. I think he's got another boomerang. But yeah, either way, guys, game plan is the same. Get him on ice ASAP. Because again, water and lizzles don't mix. It's like oil and water. Ooh, a rock. I bet you that's a croc seed. No, that was a hardy lizard. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Lizzles in water. Danger. That's about to break. Yep, I knew it, because I was in the water. See? Lizzles and water don't mix. Get back here. Uh-oh. You know what? I've had enough fun for one day. We're just going to go ahead and finish the fight here. Yeah. Oh, ouch! Surprised that didn't cost me a fairy. I tagged him right in the horn. I kind of forgot when you do that. They spit electricity out. So yeah, you got to do that from a distance. Alright, so that fight could have gone a lot better. I think that's pretty much it for this little area. I'm going to go ahead and keep going out toward this way. Kind of north from here. Now, there's more fun stuff to do. Soldiers! Nobody needs that. I thought that was a knight. Once again, my eyes are playing tricks on me. I see sparklies. The sparkly. The sparkly. Dancing idiot. Beware. The good thing, though, is you can use an ice arrow and one-hit him. Uh-oh. Pay attention. We are in the danger zone. Ouch. Speaking of the danger zone, I just used a fairy. I guess I jinxed myself when I said I'm surprised I didn't use a fairy. I missed. You know what? I don't have time for all this. Really? Normally I'm better with my bombs. I guess I'm a little out of practice. But yeah, ouch. I lost a fairy. Good thing I'm not eating spinach for, you know, silly stuff like that tonight. Because there would be spinach today. Bombs in the face, fairy loss. Yeah. So there's that stone talus. But I think I'm missing something. There should have been a bad boy nest around here. Or maybe that's a little further down. Alright, either way, this is a Talus, and I don't think this one's Luminous, so I'm going to try the sledgehammer again. Actually, I'm going to try the sledgehammer anyway. But just, you know, to save on the fairies, I think I'll use a hearty meal. We cook them for a reason, right? But I don't need a 20. I'll do like a smaller one. Go ahead and drop that hard save, just in case things go terribly wrong, which they have been lately. Wake up! Wakey, wakey! Eggs and bakey! It's another Luminous. Okay, so yeah, definitely gonna test the sledgehammer because the note is in the right place. Now, I think I'll eat an attack power meal for this since I got that mid-level. I'm gonna just go ahead and use it. Come on, Link. Yeah, see guys, the damage just isn't getting pushed there, so there's got to be something to that. So I guess that's it. That settles it. That's the third Luminous Talus now that I've found that has had... no real response to the sledge, which means the sledgehammer multiplier does not work on Luminous Stone Taluses. And guys, I didn't know that. Like, I just assumed a Talus was a Talus, you know? A horse was a horse, of course. But no, they don't all... They're not all created equally. But it's a good thing that that was a Luminous Talus, because we need the Luminous Stones. So just in case you guys were a little bit short on Luminous Stones, there's another option for you. And I should have well over 48 by now. Oh yeah. I've got those in the bank. That super suit is as good as mine. So as long as you're not dealing with a stone talus, use the sledgehammer. Because according to Brad6360, thank you for you keep reminding me about that damage multiplier. It's 4 times. So I know 12 isn't super impressive. But 12 times 4 is 48. So that's pushing almost Royal Claymore when you're dealing with a Talus. Any Talus besides Luminous Stone Taluses, as far as I know. I don't know about the Igloo, the Fire Taluses, and I don't know about the Frost Taluses. I guess I'll experiment with that later. But I'm looking for a bad boy nest, which I thought was right here. Ah, yeah. Okay, here we go. We got it. Once again, guys, ice arrows are going to be your friend. And since I still got my attack thing going, I'm going to take full advantage of that. But yeah, there's definitely a black Lizzle here. You want to get all those guys on ice ASAP. Check it out, guys. Another boomerang. Royal Weapon Equivalent. Loving it. Getting to Gerudo is always half the fun. I mean, look at this inventory. I'm collecting the weapons faster than I can trash them. Not only that, we got another nice level equivalent sitting here. I need to keep that just in case of thunderstorms. And I've been using that knight's bow, something fierce, so yeah, it's probably time anyway. That'll be my new burner bow. Speaking of burner bows, there's another knight's bow. I could leave that chested and just try to remember that I have that sitting there. That'd be a good quick bow to scoop up. Yeah, I really don't need it. Like, I'm good. Good for a while. Actually, what am I thinking? We don't need that Zora shield anymore. Okay, another reason I like to kind of run this route this way. And guys, there's a shrine quest over here, but we don't have the hearts to cover that yet, so we're not going to do that right now. The Brothers Roast, it's a lot of fun. But I kind of want to dive off the end of this pier. A couple of quick lootables here we can scoop up. Not to mention gemstones, I thought. I don't see them right now. Okay, there's one over there. More flowers and stuff on the way too. But yeah, I thought right here there was something. I am mistaken. It's happening a lot lately. It's becoming a common theme. My memory can no longer be trusted. Yeah, I'm definitely not seeing that cliff wall that I'm looking for. So I guess I flew all the way out there for a flower. I'm not proud of myself. Oh, they're luminous stones to boot, so it's not just normal gemstone nodes. So if you guys are still a little bit shy on the luminous stones, here's definitely another option. Nice. Okay, Gerudo shield if you so desire. I'm really disappointed I can't find those nodes because it was like the rare stuff. It was good gemstones. I'm just completely lost on exactly where they're located. Okay, I'm not going to look all day for them, but you might get lucky and find them yourself. In fact, they were probably more over to the right. And I took a left. I probably should have taken a right. Yep, okay. Well, no harm, no foul. So from here, guys, I think I'm just going to get back over to the tower. We're going to start heading out toward Gerudo Town. And there's a process to get there. We can't just get there from here. We have to, you know, work for that a little bit. Assuming you've got everything you... Oh, wait, no. Scratch that. We can't do that just yet. We still have to go get the moblins. So we're going to kind of sort of start heading out toward Gerudo Town. Quick pit stop on the way for moblins. Alright, catch up on a little bit of chat here. And I hear rain outside, so I might have to check the weather here in a second too, see if we got bad weather coming. Hopefully not. Yeah, Toodles needs to be on the list. Good call, Keely. Yes, Keely, there are definitely fairies there. It's not always my go-to. It's a little bit out of the way, but, you know, if you're low, it's nice to know you can get them there if you're in the area. Eat a meal. Thanks for having my back, because I never do. We cook it for a reason. Another bingo entry. Good call. You're not alone, Keely. I don't like the boomerangs either. I don't use them in combat unless I'm swinging them. But if I throw them, yeah. It doesn't work out well for me. That crouching, it's a nightmare. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get out of the way one more time. See you later, alligator. Alright, where am I even going anymore? So those moblins I'm talking about are kind of along this ridge line. And we should see them as we get closer. Making sure I didn't miss anything else. I thought there were more luminous stones over here. Nope, actually there are not. Okay, noted. Yep, right where that bridge is. It is moblin time. Clobber and moblin time. That sounded better in my head. And since I got stealth, I should be able to get some sneak striking done. Oh, why did I hit that button? I'm a genius. Man. I am just not with it tonight. In the combat arena. What am I up to? 8. Alright, one more. And I'm done moblin killing for a while. The good thing is there's quite a lot of moblins here. So yeah, you should be able to get at least 10, assuming you're getting them all killed. Okay, you got one right there. Got one right there. And that one down there is blue, so I'm going to try him first. That'll be an easier kill. Hey, where you going? Nuts. I can't tell if he dropped the gut, so I'm gonna kill this other one just to play it safe. Maybe this time I'll actually get the sneak strike. There we go. Vindicated. And check it out, more gemstones to boot. He did not drop guts. Uh-oh. Hopefully the other one did. Because if not, I'm going to have problems. Nothing! Okay, good deal. Wow, I just got the 8. Okay, I got 10 altogether. I must have lost count there somewhere. I thought I was a few shy. So yeah, I usually get at least 10 if I kill all those moblins. Either way, you should be good for the 8 required for the super suit. Alright, folks. It's getting real. We're getting close. I haven't even started really using these yet. Oh, crates are a little light today. Okay, so there is another Talus right on top of this thing. I don't know if it's luminous. But, you know, again, we shouldn't need them. I guess I can jump over there real quick just to see what it is. That way, in case if you are still a little bit short on luminous stones, you'll know whether or not that's going to be a viable option for you. Dude, check that out. Double sapphires. Hot dog. Oh, if you use hot dog on the bingo card, you got to spell it right. It's H-A-W-T-D-A-W-G. Hot dog. I feel like I should be getting a spelling bee contest going. I already know I'm going to lose. I remember coming here in TOTK. I think there was another Luminous, or another Talus up here of some sort. Oh, there's a Lizzle too? This is about to get hairy. Okay, I'm not actually going to kill it because I don't need it. I just want to wake it up so you guys can see what it is. Wake up! Wakey, wakey! Eggs and bakey! Don't die! It is a Luminous Talus. Okay, so if you guys do need more Luminous Stones, there you have it. So for right now, guys, it's just... we're gonna go this way. We're gonna go to Bazaar. Wait, that's Gerudo Town. We're gonna go to Bazaar. And I'll show you on the map when I'm out of danger. But, yeah, that's where we're heading, right there. You can see it from the map. Nice little pond of water. So I just like to take the paraglider. You save a lot of temperature damage this way. And yes, there's a bad boy nest there. But, yeah. There's a better bad boy nest between the Bazaar and Gerudo Town. So I'd personally rather just wait until I get it to Gerudo Town. You might take a little bit of temperature damage here, and that's okay. Inside the Bazaar here, you're going to be good to go. You don't worry about temperature damage in the Bazaar. Now, I wasn't thinking ahead, so I cannot start getting the memories. I should have talked to Impa before coming out here. Impa would have unlocked... Actually, no, he would have had to go to Hantno first. Oh yeah, the first time you touch down in the desert, this is going to happen. It's just a little cutscene stuff. You'll get through it. I can probably skip this, as a matter of fact. Come on, button spamming. Speed this up. Thank you. Yeah, lizards.
Link. That divine beast was taken over by Ganon 100 years
And I think this is dialogue because I have not talked to Impa yet, so it's kind of telling us why that just happened.
In order to free it from Ganon's malice. I believe in you, Link.
Alright guys, hardy lizards, or hightail. There are usually lizards out and about. It is worth the time to get them while you can. Ooh, even hardy, check that out. Sometimes you'll find lizards just randomly throughout these trees. See, I just kind of spam my A button, make my way through, you know, see if any are worth getting. Sometimes they'll be right up against these tents. Case in point, right there. And hightails, guys, you're going to need them. 35 altogether. Might as well get a head start on them now. There's a good old beetle. Okay, we can scoop up a quick 150 rupees here, but we're going to have to cook a dummy elixir. And don't worry, this is one of those quests that is kind of kind to us. If you've got more than one elixir, it'll give the guy the worst one. The one that's least valuable. So if you got a really good elixir and you don't want to give it up, don't worry about it. Just cook a garbage one, and that's the one that you'll end up giving away. So to cook a garbage one, just go ahead and find any insect, usually the one I have more of, so that one will work just fine. Go ahead and use a C-grade monster part. Toss those on in. Complete garbage. And then we can go talk to old boy over here, and we'll give him that elixir, and we'll get some rupees out of the deal.
Hi. Oh.
And Ice Guy, here's an elixir. Happy to help, buddy. Now remember that, I'm going to come calling on that favor. And of course we got a silver rupee in our chest. Booyah. I don't think there's any fishing in here like ever. And we can feed the dog, but that's another chested bow. And I think that starts out as a knight's bow, but if we come back later, that'll be a royal bow. So yeah, I'm not gonna get the dog fed right now. Now there should be another lizard out here, and I don't see him. Oh, wow. I actually didn't see him until I stepped on him. And then there's another sunken chest here with some more rupees. As well as another lizard. So get the lizard first, because pulling the chest up will scare the lizard away. Nobody wants to see that happen. Alright. Uh-oh. What? Wait a minute. No way. Nope. No. No. This isn't happening. I took all the Great Plateau stamps back. How is this even possible? Is it time for a stamp rant yet? I guess I don't need the lake ones anymore. Yeah, you were right, Dee Dee. That was awful wasteful. Stamping every little chest, even though they were right next to each other. Honestly, I did not anticipate running out of stamps on tonight's stream. That kind of caught me off guard a little bit. I was like, oh yeah, I got plenty. I'll be alright for a few days. I should have known better. I do know better! That was the ultimate optimism kicking in. Okay, just going to take one look around for lizards one last time. I don't really see any, so yeah, I think we can move along. Alright guys, I mentioned we cannot get into Gerudo yet, but we do have to go out there and try. Now you should have a sand seal sitting here somewhere. Actually, no sand seals yet. We're going to use the sand seal to get back. So for right now, we just kind of have to foot it out there. And again, depending on what time of day it is, if it's nighttime, you'll be taking cold damage. If it's daytime, you'll be taking hot damage. So I would recommend passing time to take the one that you're better protected for. In my case, that's probably going to be cold protection. And it'll be high level. So when it first turns over at night, it'll be low level. And then when an hour or two goes by, it'll turn high level or need to stay protected. Yep. And this is that bad boy nest I mentioned, by the way. I didn't get this on my first playthrough. I am getting it on this one. Why? Because there's more ice arrows, more rupees. And it's it's pretty easy. It's manageable. Matter of fact, I might just go ahead and eat a meal here. We cook them for a reason. Bingo! That should be enough to get me through. I guess I'll find out. Oh, I didn't get the headshot, so I didn't one hit him there. And guys, you're gonna want those ice arrows again. Make sure you maintain good control of the battlefield here. And I think he's already aware of me, so I'm not going to be able to sneak strike. Wow. That was a one-hit type of party. Alright. I thought that was going to be a little bit of a fist fight. I guess that royal bow, baby. Attack power meal running. I'll take it. Okay, you just saw that happen, so I'm going to go ahead and put on the warm doublet. And again, that'll keep me protected for a little while. But sooner or later here, that's going to turn to a higher level requirement. And I'm just trying to speed up the stream a little, so I'm not going to do this the way I would normally do it, where it takes extra time. I'll do it where it's convenient, but that other crate was really out of the way. Ouch! I meant to do that. Totally on purpose. Nothing. Who put that there? Might as well, since I got the attack power. Uh-oh. This is about to turn into a real party. Uninvited guests type of real party. Oh, I can't tell what kind of bow he's got. That's actually a good tech refresh bow. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Much better. I like to keep those refreshed whenever I can, just because they do not have great durability. And I think I'm getting it back with the bombs a little better now. I felt like I was definitely in more control that time, where the bombs were concerned. Perfect timing on that attack power meal too. Where is my NPC? Uh-oh. Did I do something wrong? Okay, there he is. Kind of weird. It took him a while to spawn in. But yeah, we definitely need to talk to him. I'm going to do that after the shrine, though. Oh, this shrine is a ball of wax. You might as well go ahead and get ready to get electrocuted at least once, especially if you're new to the game. You might even watch me get electrocuted at least once. Alright, there is an order here. So first things first, we need this little metal barrel. And I think we need to connect to this one. No. Excuse me. This one. And be careful not to walk too close to the metal object. If you get close to that zappy thingy, it'll definitely knock it out of your hearts. Okay, that should open door number 1 here. And I like to sever the connection ASAP just because I have a bad habit of walking into these things. So then we need to move it over here next. Then we can use this other barrel. And you can probably already smell what I'm cooking here. And make sure you keep that at a little bit of a distance. And then, yeah, this one should be able to get over here. Booyah. And I think this is a Thunderblade weapon or something. It's not bad. If you're new to the game, I would recommend trying it. You know, it's a fun weapon to play with. The great thing is it disarms your enemies. So you can go over there, smack him with that sword, he'll drop his weapon, and then you can just pick it up and then beat him to death with his own weapon. It's pretty funny. Shock arrows do the same thing, so you don't necessarily have to have that weapon, but it is definitely fun. Alright guys, so go ahead and once again sever the connection here just to keep Link a little safer. And then we're going to have to do the exact same thing over here. Oh yeah, one more. Right over here. Cool action shot. I was gonna take a step forward, but I didn't. Okay, that should be on that side. So what we have to do from here is grab that other metal block. And it goes on the other side, and we should be out of here. I don't believe there's any other chests in here. But at the same time, I can't be sure, so I might actually just go ahead and get this. So folks, I definitely... Wait. Yep, we got the little shrine, we got the little treasure chest icon at the name of the shrine, which means we got all the chests. So folks, I genuinely hope that helps you all out. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like, share, subscribe, and comment, that is always appreciated. And as always, until the next time, best of luck and happy hunting. And I'll come back on, catch up with y'all real quick. I'm a genius for bingo. Yep, good call, Wanda. Hey, Brian Austin, I know that feeling. I call it mashed potatoes. When I just can't concentrate anymore, everything is going wrong. Shiny rocks. And yeah, mashed potatoes. It's terrible. I'm actually kind of hitting that point today. I don't know why. Maybe because I streamed so long earlier today. But yeah, mashed potatoes are getting there. They're getting mushy. Dee Dee, once I get the 30 phrases, you should already have that. You're going to have 50 by the time that list is complete. You can go ahead and throw mashed potatoes on there since we're on the subject of bingo. Nice. N-W-I-C-E. Nice. Or no, it's N-O-W. I don't know, I have to see it written. I text it to my daughter all the time. I think it's N-O-W-I-C-E. And she knows exactly what I'm saying. She even texted back one day and she goes, I can actually hear you saying that in my head right now. Like, yeah, we got it. Or that works too, Dee Dee. N-O-I-C-E. Maybe you don't need the W. That actually looks right. Yeah, so scratch the W. N-O-I-C-E. Nice. Here's another one, but it might be an awful lot of words to write into a little bingo box. I'm not in it to win it. Wait. I'm not in it... Wait. I'm not in it to fight fair. I'm in it to win it. Whew. I had to pull that one out. I haven't said that in a while. But it's coming, guys. As soon as we get the bone system, it is going to get said constantly. Oh, you're up to 27? Wowzers. Okay, thank you, Jim Lewis. Thank you so much for sending that email. I'll be looking for that. Yeah, it's got to be between OBS and YouTube somewhere, so I'll definitely get to the bottom of that. Yes, Keely, any kind of hot weapon. The ones the wizards carry around, the flame blades, any kind of hot weapon will definitely keep you warm in the night here, in conjunction with that warm doublet. Yeah, we need the boots. The boots are coming. I hate slow running. I feel claustrophobic. That is not okay. Yeah, I could have done the shock trap. It's already too late. Arm up, suit up, eat up. Yep, that definitely needs to be on bingo. The Dancing Idiot, I hope it's on there. The Condominium, yep, good call. Silly Me, I say that a lot. Bogus. Alright, time to get out of the way, time to get back into gameplay. Peace out, Home Scout. See, I like this. It's kind of like taking a test. You guys are paying attention. All the silly stuff I say. Are you spying? Are you spying? Are you sure you're not spying? Kind of looks like you're spying. Alright, so yeah, you gotta talk to that NPC. Once you talk to that NPC, I mentioned a sand seal. Now guys, we cannot get into Gerudo Town. For you new folks, they do not allow men. Very inconsiderate, but yeah, no men allowed in Gerudo. So we have to fake it. We have to fake it to make it. Maybe that can go on bingo. Fake it to make it. So basically what we gotta do is we gotta go buy girls' clothing. So make sure you have a shield equipped. If you do not have a shield equipped, this will not work. Link will just kind of get pushed off and roll around and take a little damage. So yeah, the sand surfing only works if you've got a shield equipped. But yeah, we can basically just take a sand seal back. We're going right back to the bazaar, folks. And we're looking for a specific vendor so we can buy female clothing. That is our ticket into Gerudo. And my chief complaint about it, I don't mind the whole thing, you know, I'm good with that. But what I really hate is after we do the Divine Beast and we save the Gerudo, how about a little gratitude? How about allowing Link to enter the city as a dude? But no, he's still not welcome. Totally uncool. Just saying. I don't know, maybe the Switch 2 version here, maybe they allow that now. We'll have to wait and see when we get there. But anyway, this vendor we're looking for is right on top of the ladder here, right on top of this mega rock. And again, you're going to need 600 smackers. 600 smackaroos. Smackaroo. S-M-A-C-K-A-R-O-O-S. Smackaroos. Nailed it. Oh yeah, nailed it. I say that all the time. Nailed it. And you can just spell that normal. Oh, wow, I'm just trying to think of how this bingo card would work. I mean, you would have to randomize them. Like, you can't just have one bingo card. You have to have many with many different ways of the orders, you know, and not using all the words on all the cards. They have to be randomized. I don't know, my brains are melting right now just thinking about that. I don't know if there's like a company I could contact that makes bingo cards and you can just tell them what to write. And they send you the paper, but then how would I get those to you guys? Huh. Alright, anyway, we're Girl Link now. So the good news is we've got a travel gate over here. We don't need to worry about sand seals anymore. I wonder if there's a company that makes bingo cards that I could go on there and design them, and then they sell them, so that I don't have to be involved in that part. That would be a way to go. Alright folks, so once you've got the girl clothes, go ahead and infiltrate Gerudo Town here, illegally. Because rules are always meant to be broken. And guys, there's lots of goodies here in Gerudo Town too. Right off the top, there's a gold rupee. Booyah. Or a silver rupee. I said gold rupee. Silly me. Alright, and there's different styles. I don't know why that matters. I don't feel like they do anything more for you than what we're already wearing, so I just wouldn't bother with that. And the very first thing we're going to do, guys, before I go and collect 200... Oh, that can go on the bingo cards. Do not collect gold, do not collect 200. There are some hightail lizards here. And of course I'm not wearing stealth, so this is going to be a problem. I'm going to try to be sneaky and bomb them before they can get away. But see, this is troublesome here with the grades. And these are always here. They respawn in time. It's a good solid bet to come here to get your lizards. Another one right down there. And this is a Gerudo bow, which I don't really have the bow space right now, so I'm going to leave that there. But it's just like this one, guys. Long distance bow, zooms in nice and tight, arrows shoot farther, only it's metal, so you can't use them in thunderstorms. At some point when I get my inventory increased, I'll carry one for thunderstorms, one for no thunderstorms. So yeah, I'll just leave that safe and sound for the time being. There's my goddess statue for more stam. Did I miss a shrine? No, there's going to be 4 more though. We've already got 2 getting out to Gerudo. One was by the stable, one's here at Gerudo Town. There's going to be another one by the Great Fairy Fountain. And then we're going to shoot up and kill a Mugdula right by another little shrine quest. Super fun, we'll be able to do it. No worries there, I'll show you guys a way to get that done pretty easily. So here it is, guys. Gerudo, G for Gerudo, S for Secret, C for Club, Gerudo Secret Club, Diamond. And then you are welcome in the Secret Club's secret. And this is where it can start getting real expensive. So there's our bone suit, guys. There it is. For you non-DLC users, this is a joyous moment. Now, I don't know if I've even got the rupee. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm good. You need Luminous stones, and you need rupees. Good to go. Now, don't put it on here. That'll get you kicked out of Gerudo Town, as I've found out, just, you know, by trying to show people the power of the bone suit. But, yeah, don't change clothes here. You gotta stay in the girls' clothes. Now, if you want the hot protection, if you have the Island Lobster shirt, you only have to buy the headband. It's a lot cheaper, because the shirt, wow, that's got a hefty price tag. Not only that, I want to go out there and buy the arrows, so I just don't know if I've got enough that I can sell right now to where I can buy all this stuff. I'm going to see what I got. Everything sells. I'm going to keep the apples for Hotno because there's a little hack there you can use to get all the pictures unlocked. And I usually sell a ton of apples to make sure that happens. So for now, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to... 2,400. What is that? 1,300. That doesn't leave me much left over for buying the arrows. But I kind of feel like I need to demonstrate this at the same time. I'll just go ahead and bite the bullet and sell some gems. I'll be okay. It's still early game. Like, we've got so much more farming to do. The gemstones will come back. Alright. That's pretty much it for this store. Very expensive trip. We had over 4,000 rupees before going in there. Now we're well under 1,000. I don't remember how much the ice arrows cost. 140 each. Actually, yeah, I've got enough. But remember, we still need 500 for the Great Fairy Fountain. So I still need to sell some rupees. Or, excuse me, gemstones. Don't sell the Luminous stones. We need those. I think 2 of those ought to do it. Yes. Also, there's another gold rupee out there in a shrine, so honestly, I probably didn't even have to sell anything else. Oh well, too late now. So just to show you on the map, guys, where we're heading, you can see it from the map. The bad thing is there's a sandstorm over here, so you cannot see your pin for long. So you just kind of have to aim toward it, and then just trust in your bearing to know that you're going to get there okay. Oh, speaking of hightails, there's one more here I want to scoop up. Go ahead and get a bomb ready, because he gets away from you quick. And there's another loose Gerudo bow out here too if you're interested. It's way over there, sitting up there against that little concrete thingy. And it's just sitting out in the open. It never gets weapon bonuses, but it's a good, decent, long-distance bow if you're in need. And then from here, it's sand seal time again. That'll speed up our trip getting out there. I do everything as inhumane as possible. I'm not kind to the horses with my shock arrows. I'm definitely not kind to any sand seals I've ever come across. Maybe I need therapy. Okay guys, I'm pushing about 2.5 hours. I'm going to end this stream here. We're going to do a hunt on a separate stream. Because that can be time consuming. And, you know, honestly, pushing these big long streams, 3 hours plus, it's a little much. So, yeah, we're just going to get out here to the Great Fairy Fountain. We're just going to get ourselves taken care of with the bone system, because that's what this is all about. I hope I didn't put in the description or the title that we were going to go on a hunt or kill Mugulas and stuff. If I did, maybe I should just do that, but... But again, that can be quite a chore, going around doing a good-sized hunt right now. Uh-oh. 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 I guess I didn't hit him in the horn. I got lucky there. He could have zapped me. Big difference without the attack power meal running. I always like to get the seed on the way. It's right there. I just can't help myself. Okay, folks, so before we hit this sandstorm here, a haboob, I think is what these are called. Before we hit the haboob, make sure you line up to that pin. And then again, you're just going to have to trust in your bearing. Now there's a fun little bad boy nest over here, some other shiny rocks, but you can get real lost in here. So I would recommend doing none of that. Just trust in the bearing, keep going straight and true. Sooner or later that giant skeleton is going to come into view. And then once you get in here and get the shrine activated, the haboob will dissipate, and there will be no more sandstorm here. So then you'll be able to warp in, warp out, it won't be a problem. Okay, so there it is, right where it should be. And there's our trusty shrine. Lots of fun stuff to do here too at the Great Fairy Fountain. I'm going to show you guys all this. But first the shrine. And again, that gold rupee is in here. And I know for sure this one is gold, not silver. I know I got it right this time. A little bit of a puzzle. We need to put one boulder on one side of these two little pegs. And then another one on the other side of the pegs. And that should open us up. I know it's kind of tough to see with my view. I'll show you better what that looks like. There's going to be some bad guys up here. A couple of different ways you can deal with these. I'm all about the easy. The quick and the easy. So I'll show you how I do it. But yeah, you can just shoot them with arrows, just kill them like normal combat. Okay, we gotta untangle this chain. And this is a little finicky. So I'm gonna try to get that to where it stays put. Okay, yeah, we're good. Alright, so again, quick and easy. I like to just use shock arrows here, a long distance bow. And trigger these different switches. And they all just kind of auto die in the water. Okay, this is not the gold rupee yet. Ancient core, baby. Oh, another thing too, before we go out on that big hunt, I've got to get that Sheikah slate upgraded. So yeah, honestly, that's going to be a separate stream. There's going to be a lot to that. We'll do that one tomorrow. Good old Sunday at noon. That'll be a party. P-A-R-T. Why? Because I gotta. There's a movie from the good old days. Alright, so once you get that electrified orb in that little nook up there, that'll give you access to this rupee here. So if you were a little bit short on rupees, you should be good to go now. Alright, let's go ahead and get this set down. Right there. Now we can't get there from here just yet. We're not quite done with the shrine. There's a puzzle over here, and this one gets a lot of people stuck. It might even get me a little stuck, because I did not bother doing this on my dry run. I think I go over here. And then I think I stasis the middle one here. That's right. And then I should be able to slide this in, and then those should line up. Wow, talk about like riding a bike. That came right back. And there is the missing gear. Go ahead and get that out of your way. There's a goodie back here. Sapphire, boy. Oh, if you're gonna put baby on the bingo card, boy. Good luck spelling that. B-A-E-B-A-E? I don't know. I'll work on it. So folks, I genuinely hope that helps you all out. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like, share, subscribe, and comment, I always appreciate that. And as always, until the next time, best of luck and happy hunting. Here it comes, guys. Bone system. So excited. And we did it without the DLC. I only wish I had known this. This was the very next thing we did right after the rainforest, so... Do you really need the bone, or do you really need the DLC? No, you really don't. The one benefit to it, though, is the Phantom Ganon armor. Say that 10 times fast. It comes with that added bonus of stealth. So it's kind of nice to be able to walk around in stealth, sneak strike things with the bone system. Pros and cons, pros and cons. Anyway, I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm definitely in the way of the picture. And again, if you have less than 2 fairies in your inventory, this will be another place where you can come back and get more fairies. All great fairy fountains work the same in that respect. But wow, look at all the goodies here. Loving that. Alright, so here it is. Assuming you got your 500 bones, go ahead and talk to Great Fairy, whoever this is. Coax her out with 500 rupees. She is not a cheap date. But it's a worth it kind of date, because we're going to get our super suit. Really wish you could skip this. I like how they always have to cough like there's still water in their throat. But they're magical. So why is there water in their throat? Alright guys, here it is. Moment of truth. The bone system. You gotta upgrade it twice. So there's where the Bobkin guts come into play. I could upgrade the warm protection too, because honestly, sometimes you will get into a little bit of combat when you're running around with that weather protection on, like these two pieces right here. So, you know, you might want the extra defense on those for that reason. And the reason I only bought this shirt and pants, I should have talked about that when I was in the Gerudo Secret Club, is because I'm always wearing the sand boots. So I never have the set bonus on, because I'm always got, you know, if I've got that super suit on, I'm in the desert. And then henceforth, I'm always wearing the sand boots. So yeah, it just kind of feels like a waste of rupees. Okay, this is the second upgrade, guys. That's where the Moblin guts are going. Squared away. I don't even know if I can upgrade these twice. I think that requires parts I don't have a bunch of right now. I could actually upgrade them further, but I want to save those ice bat wings for the jumpsuit, aka the climbing gear. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend the ice wings here for sure. But anyway, yeah, if you do need more chew jelly, I'll show you guys how to craft some up real quick. I say craft. It does make more chew jelly though. You can toss a bunch of regular out. And if you have one, you can toss one out. If you don't have one, then you can just use an ice arrow and shoot nearby. And then you can toss a bunch more out. Up to 10. Don't have more than 10 out at one time. But then you can just kind of stand back a little bit and shoot one of those ice chew jellies. And it makes a nice big puff of smoke there. Makes a whole bunch turn into white chew jelly. So hopefully that helps you guys out there with upgrades. And guys, we got it. We're done. And I should be more excited than this, but I'm wore the heck out. Like, seriously, my brains are turning to mashed potatoes at this point. But there it is. Disguised bone attack up. Booyah. Bone Moblin clubs. Booyah. You're already getting an 80% attack power boost to that weapon. Guys, that's already a big number on that weapon. 80%, that almost doubles it. You can also eat an attack power meal on top of that. That stacks. So yeah, just a crazy weapon system here. So you eat the attack power meal, you eat your extra hearts, you're combat ready. You can take on anything at the game. Anything in the game right now. Not only that, it's got decent armor. What is our armor rating right now? 24. Not a bad deal. I don't even remember what we were using before, 12. So yeah, that's definitely going to cut down on incoming damage anyway. But then you got the extra heart meals. You are just good to freaking go. So anyway, guys, I really want to go out and do a massive hunt right now. But 2.5 hours, I don't want this to turn into more. I've had enough today, I'm sorry. My gaming stamina just isn't there today. But yeah, when we come back, massive hunt. And I'm going to show you guys different approaches, different ways. So hopefully, you know, that might embolden you a little bit to at least try. Yeah, so we'll have to do that tomorrow. We'll have a lot of fun with it. But first, Haunt No. We're not doing anything until we get to Haunt No. That's going to be a big deal. We've got to get to Haunt No. We've got to get that stasis upgrade. Because part of my early game strategy is stasis. Especially on things like Mugdulas, Lionel, especially red Lionels. Yeah, so on and so forth. Anyway, guys, that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out. Definitely hope you had fun. I know I did. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like, share, subscribe, and comment, that is always appreciated. And as always, until the next time, best of luck, and it'll be very happy hunting. Tomorrow morning at noon. Can't wait. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? Spinach might need, yeah. Spinach. Spinach! You gotta put it all in caps. Spinach! Fake it to make it. Yep. Wow, you're getting up there on those bingo numbers. Oh, there's a site that makes them. Good to know, Dee Dee. Thank you. I'll definitely check that out. Bingo Baker. Very cool. You love that I'm wondering why you have a solution. Hopefully you got to see my brains working a little there. All the little gears turning inside my head. And a monkey fooling around with a wrench. That's not far off from what's going on inside my head. Vibe coding with AI2. My oldest daughter's partner has made some clever... Huh. Interesting. See, I'm not real savvy with AI. I guess I need to get with the times, because that's kind of like where we're heading. But every time I think about AI, I think about Terminator 2, and I get queasy. By the Gerudo Tower, did I get the cave with 3 respawning weapons? No, not yet. That's a fun spot. Yeah, you're talking about right here somewhere. There's a nice little hidey hole. So much loot in there. I think there's a gold rupee in there. Weapons. Yep, you're right. Golden bow. So much fun. Wait, what tower did I go to? Is that the Gerudo Tower? That's the Wasteland Tower. Oops, I thought I might have made a boo-boo out there on the thumbnail. I'll have to fix that. Oh, yeah, that's the Wasteland Tower. Major mistake. Dee Dee, you said construction paper. Wow, that takes me back. Graph paper. Remember graph paper? Yep, desert inflation. That was real expensive. Okay, thank you, Dee Dee, for letting me know that. I didn't promise the hunt. Whew. Okay, so maybe I was thinking ahead a little on that, thinking maybe this would be a little time-consuming, because I knew I'd want to slow that down a little bit, you know, get the looting done. Luminous stones were important, so... yeah, I guess I thought ahead a little bit on that one. So, funny story, guys, getting to your chat about haboobs. I didn't know that. I'm playing Cyberpunk, right? Vulgar game. I don't recommend it for children. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's rated 18 plus anyway. But anyway, someday I'll probably make another channel and play Cyberpunk, because I just love the game. You know, I can do without all the raunch, but, like, the gameplay, I love it. The exploration, I love it. Like, all the elements are there. But anyway, long story short, there's a cutscene in there where they're talking about a haboob. And there's a man and a woman conversing, and he's like, you know, these are called haboobs. Then he lays down and he goes, I love that name. And I just laughed. I had to pause the game and just laugh. And then it was one of those moments where I kept thinking back to it, and I'd have to pause the game again so I could laugh. Just the way they did it, it was amazing. But yeah, I never knew what a haboob was. I learned it from Cyberpunk. I've gotten most of my education from video games. High school did me no good. I've been educated by video games. And y'all. I've been in one too. Yeah, they're not fun. They get everywhere. The sand in your nose, it's terrible. They can be dangerous. Like, you can breathe that stuff in. You're not supposed to be out in it. Okay, good to know, Jim Lewis, about that AI. Thank you for posting that. Hey, Sean RF, yes, I'm still alive, but I did blow myself up with bombs, so we took care of that little checkbox. The Great Scary Fairy. I like it, Keely. The Great Scary Fountain, GSC. That is so fitting. Yeah, Dee Dee, if you're going to do that with shock arrows and water, do stand back. Otherwise, you'll be having to go figure out where your bow went. Ask me how I know. That needs to be on the bingo card. Awesome, guys. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. I know, 5 hours, guys. My body feels it. My brains are absolutely mashed potatoes at this point. I should have been super excited this whole way, and I was just kind of like... I was really trying there. I had to push, but we got through it. I definitely need to pay more attention to stream length. I can get so lost in this game. 12 hours can go by and I'll be like, what? It's bad. So yeah, I definitely need to be more cognizant of time moving forward. But like this stuff, it's important. I wanted to put it together into like one video. Like it's in stages, you know, like, yeah. So anyway, hopefully we'll be able to start cutting down on stream times moving forward. From this point, I really just wanted the bone system, guys. This was the moment. This was the point. I wanted DLC users and non-DLC users to have the bone system. Because it's just amazing. It opens up the whole game where combat's concerned. So, yeah. This was it. So no more long streams, I promise. Yeah, Sharon Arif and Jim Lewis, I'm just reading the chat there between you guys about the Cyberpunk. It really is a fun game, but again, very raunchy. They really didn't need to do all that in a bag of chips. It kind of ruined a little bit of the game for me, if I'm being honest. I'm like, you know, listening to dialogue, I'm reading dialogue, I'm like, did they really have to do that? F-bomb, just every other word is an F-bomb. It's like, it got to be a little much. But I was so into the game, I just kind of pushed past that. But I hate when I'm really enjoying a video game and there's elements that I have to push through. So anyway, I wish there was a setting in the game you could turn stuff like that off. I don't know, maybe someday, but, you know, I wish there was, in options, you could, you know, have, say, vulgar language on or off, like clean version, dirty version, you know? Same thing with nudity and cutscenes like that. I don't know, maybe someday, but yeah, Cyberpunk just isn't that type of game. It's definitely on one end of the spectrum where the raunch is concerned. But definitely a fun game. Open world, beautiful graphics, very fun gameplay, very fun combat. I really like the combat. That's really what allured me into Cyberpunk, was the combat. Absolutely loved the combat. Not only that, Night City is beautiful. And guys, one other thing about Cyberpunk I gotta tell you, very immersive. I legit felt like I was living in a no-kidding futuristic world. Like they really outdid themselves on the details. The devil is in the details. Like I say it all the time, I love details in video games. So yeah, the details are absolutely there, guys. Absolutely. They have like a whole soundtrack. And at the time the game launched, it was brand new music. So nobody really heard any of these songs before. They hired like Grimes, different rock bands, like mainstream people. So they really spent some money on building a world that made you feel like you were, no kidding, living in the future. Like I loved it. Just the tech, the skyboards, the holographs. A-list voice acting. I think Keanu Reeves is actually Johnny, like one of the lead characters. What? Like, yeah, Cyberpunk was definitely worth the money. I've played it several times. I love the game. Just, again, it wasn't appropriate for this channel, so I'm glad I didn't go that route. But someday that game will be played, and there will be a new channel for it. So yeah, if you're on the fence about buying it, worth it. It'll probably be beautiful on the Switch too, I'm assuming. I haven't gotten it yet or played it yet. On that, I've been playing it on the Xbox, but yeah, just beautiful game. So much fun. Alright, folks, so I'm going to go ahead and call it for the night. Oh, wow, Jim Lewis, that's some review. I know it was a lot more beautiful on my Xbox Series S than it was the old Xbox. The old Xbox, just, it was crashing a lot. You know, it had trouble thinking, keeping up. Very long wait times and load screen situations. And then I got that Series S, and I was just like, oh, this is so much fun. Breezed right through the game. It never crashed. So yeah, I'd imagine the Switch 2 would probably do it justice. Thank you so much for the support, guys. Definitely love y'all. Definitely enjoy having you hanging out here. Hope you guys have an awesome, awesome night. We'll see you back tomorrow for hunt time. Game on, baby. Yep, have a blessed night, y'all. Hope y'all had a good Sabbath, too, by the way. I know I did. It was an awesome day. And you guys were a big part of that, so thank you again. Until the next time, guys, peace out, y'all.